this is Piyu Das and I have ranked 3rd in West Bengal Judicial Service. So in today's video I will be talking to you about mains examination, how to prepare about it and what to do actually, how to strategize mains examination in that case. And before I start, I would like to thank the team DKT as well as Neha for conducting this lecture, and now without further ado, let's start the video. So, mains examination is everything in a judiciary whole examination, either being it's MP judiciary or West Bengal judiciary or Bihar judiciary or UP judiciary. So, mains is the one which holds the actual marks. So, you have to earn a lot of marks in mains examination. As much as you earn, that comes in your pocket, because after the mains you have only interview in your plate, which is like maximum 100 marks. So, for mains examination your preparation matters a lot, and first thing first I would talk about, that is your concept clearance part. So, for concept clearance, please go through all the commentaries that you have. So, for example, in case of Evidence Act you have Batuk Lal, for Constitution you have MP Jain, for example for IPC and CRPC we know you have Ratan Lal Dhiraj Lal, and then you have for CPC you have for IPC and CRPC you have Ratan Lal Dhiraj Lal, and for CPC you have Takwani. So, all these commentaries are made for your concept clearance. So, if you are thinking that you will buy a ready reckoner and you will start preparing from that for the mains examination, then that's not gonna be it's not advisable, because there you will not be clear with your concept. So, even if a question comes which you are not prepared of but your concepts are clear, you can write the answer of that particular question. Now, coming to this, that first is your concept clearance, second is your section remembering. Now, nobody can tell you how you are going to remember your section, because that completely depends on somebody does a brain mapping, someone has written habits like you write it down and then you mug it up. So, it's completely upon you how you do it. Everyone has their own strategy for it. So, section remembering is very important, because if you write the correct section, there you get 1 mark sure shot. So, writing a correct section is very important, and if you can mention the subsections and all, that is so really good. And then coming to the second thing, which is answer writing. Answer writing before the mains examination is very important, because that gives you a practice session how you are going to write in the mains examination. Because in case of answer writing, you have to be very particular, that how you are going to write in the exam. Just sit with the question paper, whatever your judiciary having for the past years, past 5 years or past 10 years, whatever the question paper is available. For West Bengal judiciary, there is a book comes which is for the question papers, and it has, I think, past 10 to 15 years question paper. Take a question and start writing it, and take your time for 3 hours and just write it down and recheck it on your own, because you can be your best critic. So, check your answer on your own, because you will be best to judge your answer. So, that is the very important thing. So, it is only simply for the people who are preparing on their own. So, I have done the preparation on my own. So, I have done this way. So, even if you can't, like for example, you don't have much time, because after prelims for mains you do not have like one and a half months or like 2 months maximum. More than that you don't get. So, I can understand in that time revision and writing out down the answer is not possible. So, just take a question paper, sit with it and read the question and think that what are the points you are going to write for that particular question if it comes in the exam. So, if you even write down the bullet points, that's going to be there in your head, because this is called as pen memory, and it's very important. Trust me, it is going to help you. Now, coming to the third thing for the mains preparation, which is just 10 to 15 days before the examination, make a notebook for each and every subject. Okay, then in that you just write down the bullet points. Okay, because be assured, in whatever the judiciary it is, you will not get the time to revise just a day before the exam. Just a day before the exam, you can just only go through the the bullet points that you're gonna make, because it's not possible, it's not humanly possible to maybe there are 2 exams in a day, so it's not humanly possible to go through all the revision and all the detailed answers. So, it's better if you have prepared like 10 pages pages or 15 pages bullet point answer. For example, in case of evidence, you can finish it within 10 pages. I have made it for 10 pages only. So you can write down the bullet points, what all you need to cover. You can mention the section, and it's your thing. You just see and you understand what you have to write in the examination. This is very, very important, and this helps in your exam, because if you remember the bullet point, once you start writing it in the exam, it directly comes in your mind. So remembering the pointers are very, very crucial for the mains examination, because it's a very long examination. There are almost more than, in most of the judiciary, there are more than 10 subjects to write for, and it's very vast because it's a 3 hours exam. And third thing I would like to say, which is I feel it's a different type of strategy, and all the judicial aspirants should know about it, is that if you see the judiciary question paper, they always say that it's comment, or illustrate, or state, or for example explain. So these are the questions where they are not asking facts about it. They are not just asking the section or what is written in the particular section or a particular illustration. They are asking what is your analysis on it. So if you write a part of your analysis, for example, if you write for example, you give a section and then you write an illustration and then you explain it in your own language, that is your contribution to the answer. Because the factual part, that is even the person who will be checking your paper, he is also aware about, but he wants to see your analysis. Always think from that perspective, the job you are gonna get after you clear that exam. So they are asking something beyond basics. So you have to write your analysis part, you have to make your question worth the marks. So it's very, very important that you mention each and everything, what you have a connection, like how you have understood that particular for example, that particular section or that particular question. So that is very, very important. Now for mains examination, I would say mains examination is a very rigorous process. Whatever the judiciary it is, any judiciary in India, mains examination is a very, very rigorous process. So you have to be mentally prepared. Now I would talk about something which is beyond your education, like beyond your studies, that just 5 days before, like when your schedule of the mains examination comes, then keep your mental health at normal state, so that you can do good in your examination. Your mental health matters a lot 5 days before the exam, because as much as healthy your mind is, you are going to give a good paper. It's very, very important. You have to be relaxed, because you have done your best, you have completed the preparation. Now even if you read a lot, you are not going to do like better what you could have done. Okay, so then now you have to be very particular about what you have to do in the examination. Prepare yourself for that rigorous process of a week or 10 days or whatever the schedule will be. Now after you get the schedule, make a calculation that how you are going to read about it. Like for example, you have CRPC. For my case, we had IPC, CRPC together, which is 100 marks, and evidence, which is 100 marks. So we had all these 3 papers in a day. So it's very, very important that you strategize how you're gonna what time you're gonna give on the day before to IPC, and then how much time to CRPC and how much time to evidence. Now coming to one more trick of mains examination. For example, I'm not aware about other judiciaries, but for West Bengal Judicial Services, you have CRPC and IPC, which is 50-50 marks in mains examination, and also contract, which is 50 marks, and tort, which is 50 marks. So these subjects are worth 100 marks, and they are only given 50 marks. So they have a lot, you have a lot to study, but your marks is really very less. So in 1100 marks, IPC and CRPC makes a contribution of just 50 marks. You have to think from this perspective. Here you only need marks. Okay, even if you read the whole commentary, only that can serve 50 marks to your answer. So that you have to be aware about. Other than that, on the other hand, partnership is a very small act, but you have 100 marks for that particular subject. So this is how you strategize. I know IPC and CRPC will eat up your time to prepare, or in that case contract as well, because there are pretty many situational based questions from contract in most of the examination, as much as I am aware about. So that you have to strategize in your mind. For example, even if this subject is vast, I have very less number for that subject. Always think from marks perspective, because what you need in the mains examination is marks. It's very I know it's of course for your knowledge as well, but you know, this is the thing for cracking an examination. It is very important that you always strategize your exam from the point of view of getting good marks. So the fourth thing I would like to talk about, the mains examination itself. Okay, that is the time you have to perform. You have prepared your best, now you have to perform your best. So for the mains examination, what I said previously also, be mentally prepared, okay, because this itself is a very rigorous process. You have given a prelims examination which is, trust me, not even, mains is 100 or like 1000 times tougher than prelims examination. So once you start giving the mains examination, I would say whatever like very small details which matters a lot. For example, I have seen people who keeps on studying till the last moment. For example, the bell is about to ring in the examination, you are still studying. So that is not gonna help you. You have only 3 hours. Whatever you have prepared, well and good, but whatever you are gonna write in that 3 hours, on the basis of that you are getting the marks. So that 3 hours you cannot lose even a minute of it. So be prepared with it, that just come to the examination hall just 10 minutes before the exam and sit and calm yourself down, because now you have to perform. Even if you read a lot, it is what you write that is gonna matter, because that is what on what you will be judged about, because whatever you are prepared, you can give a best preparation, you can have a best preparation, but you have to give a good paper. That is very important. Now coming to the 3 hours of mains examination, what is the most of the time, even I had made this mistake in past, so from that I have learned. For West Bengal Judiciary, it was my first attempt. So, but what you have to do is, when you start writing, don't think that you have 3 hours in hand. So allot each and every question a mark, a time. Like for example, this question I am going to finish within half an hour. Okay. For example, there is a 20 marks question, you have to finish it within half an hour. Next question which is 20 marks, you have to finish it within next half an hour. If you think that way, so you are creating a particular deadline for that particular question or answer itself. So it is very important, because once you start thinking that yes, I have 3 hours to finish the paper, what we do is we write the first answer with a very good handwriting, with a very good explanation, and that consistency cannot be maintained till the last also, because you have wasted a lot of time. You cannot each and every marks, even if it's a 5 marks question. For example, there came a difference between culpable homicide and murder. I know it can be a 20 marks question also, but here you are given only 5 marks, right? So that marks, even if you write 5 pages on it, the examiner is only bound to give you 5 marks. You have to think from this perspective, that I have this much marks in hand and this is my question, and I will write it in that way that I can get as much as marks possible in this, not what is it should be. Like I have in our IPC question, the questions are very lengthy, so people like a lot of people complain that we could not finish and this and that, but when it was not lengthy in the sense, it was meant within 50 marks, right? So if it is given 50 marks, you have to know that what all I can write in the 50 marks. Okay, you can't keep on writing. So for example, for a 5 marks question, you can't keep on writing for 5 or 6 sides of pages. So that is very important. You strategize your question. If it is a question divided into 2 parts or 3 parts, it's strategized on the basis of that. So that's why it is very important that you sit exactly on your table at the given time of the examination, because then only you can get a time to read your question paper. So that's very important. Your question paper, you have to read your question paper at least twice, thrice, because you cannot miss out on a small thing even in that question paper. One more thing I would say is, section your answers. Okay, if you know the section, if you are sure about the section, write the section at the top, because that is the thing that is going to create an impression about about your answer itself, that you are very aware about that particular answer what you are going to write. So it is very important. If you know the illustration in any, like for example IPC or like evidence, wherever you know the illustration, for example in evidence plea of LEB, you have to give an illustration. Illustration makes the things look very good, and it is also there that your concepts are clear. So do 2 to 3 things which you should not miss. Nobody is asking you to write the exact section. Okay, for the section you can write in your own words also, that does not matter, because I think as much as I remember, I have done it on my own language only. So you have to write the section number. If you know the section number correct, write it down, very good, first. And second thing is, just write the facts of whatever the answer you are gonna write. If you know the illustration, give it. Now coming to case laws, okay, if you are aware about a case law or one or two case law, okay, then give that particular case law. That will make your answer much more attractive. Now I would say that you know, if it's a, like for example 10 marks question or 20 marks question, if it's a 20 marks question, try giving 4 case laws if you know. If you don't know, whatever the number you know, just give that much. That is fair enough and that is fine. Okay, now coming to the second thing, which is during the examination is very important, is that how much you know, you allot the time, because it's for example I would say the answers you are confident about, of course you should go by the serial numbers, but if you are confident about a particular answer, write it down beforehand, okay, and at the end just, you know, give it a check. Must check the answer sheet, because you should not miss out on any point that you wanted to mention. So make sure that you have attended all the question. If it is given option, keep a note of it. Sometimes it happens that only 2 is you supposed to write, so many people have written 3, there is no worth of the other one and you have lost your time also. So that also you have to be very much aware about. Now coming to the third thing is, I have seen this, if you are taking an extra sheet, okay, which is again another important, because now in case of mains examination, all the exams are offline. There is no online exam procedure in case of mains examination, because it's a written examination. So if you are taking an extra sheet, make sure you write down your name and your roll number. Please be careful with your name and roll number. I know it is very basic, but it is the most important thing, because if your question sheet, answer sheet is not, you know, recognizable, then there is no point of what you are writing inside. Okay, so whatever the you have, even if you are taking an extra sheet, I have seen many people, they keep the roll number and, you know, name to fill at the end. So but try finishing off, that is very important, because that is gonna, if you do not write your name and roll number, they are not gonna check it. If you have taken an extra sheet, make sure you tie it properly, because that is very very important, because that is the thing where you have invested your time, and you know, of course you want it to get checked, so you have to take care of all the formalities which will make sure that your answer get recognized. So before writing a good answer, you have to make sure that at least your answer get recognized. I have seen many people, you know, running behind after the examination, that, you know, I have not tied it properly. So these are the things which will make your, you know, thing very go odd. Then you will keep on thinking, oh my god, I have written the name or roll number or not. So that will go on in your mind. So make sure you are very clear about all the formalities. Even if you miss on something in your answer, that is not going to harm you that much if you miss your name and roll number. Now coming to the second thing, which is if you have exams on the same day. For example, if you have 2 exams on the same day, so for example in my case, we had actually all the compulsory papers, 2 papers on the same day. So there is 2 hours gap for the lunch, okay, in between. Now whatever the paper you have given, end it there itself. For example, you have given a paper of CPC, it did not went very good, okay, fine enough. You should not think about it next for the next exam, okay, because whatever the marks here, your marks are not calculated as per subject, it is calculated in total. As much as I am aware about all the judiciary services, like all the exams that are being conducted, it is like in total. So even if you have lost, you think you have not performed better in the last one, you have given a chance to perform good in the next one, okay. So you have to be very careful about it. Do not think what have happened, that you cannot change. Now whatever the thing is coming in front, then that you have to be aware about. For example, I have it's from my personal experience I am sharing, that when people like, you know, CRPC and IPC question paper were too lengthy, so you know, even after the lunch, at the time of the lunch break, people started discussing about what they written in the IPC, how much they, you know, what question they missed. But these are not the time, then that is the time you have to make yourself prepared for the next exam, in which our case it was evidence. It is also another very important subject, and which you know, have 100 marks in it. So it's very very important that you think about that exam. So the mains examination, I will always say, whatever you have given in the, you know, first exam or whatever, like you have given a good paper, think about it and just finish it off. If you have a next paper, concentrate on that, you know, be prepared, like prepare yourself. If you have to revise something, go through those pointers or whatever you have prepared for you, because even if you think it, you cannot change it. So you have a chance next to change it on your own. So go for that, give the next paper good, because then you will regret more if you don't give a good paper in your next examination. And next is when you are giving the question paper. For example, in our case, it was there that contract and tort was, and TOPA was on the same day. TOPA means Transfer of Property Act, so it was all on the same day. So we did not really get time to prepare for, like, I did not get time to revise for TP, but we had to sit for contract and tort for the first, that was the first exam. So when I said for it, it's not that you will be keep on thinking, oh my god, I did not read about the next exam, I'm not completely prepared. When you are writing a particular paper, you should have your full 100% concentration on that particular paper. So that is the one thing you should be aware about. Now I will be saying, for example, you have back to back exam. So we had, like, one day 2 exams. Our exam used to get finished by 5 o'clock, and the next day also we have an exam on 9 a.m. in the morning. So if that is the only time you are getting to revise, so here your bullet points, if you have made it for yourself, it will work, because it's not possible for a human. Then again, you have written so much, sometimes your hand might start paining or something like that, but it's not possible to go in detail all the revision. So make sure you prepare a bullet point. You will understand the importance of those bullet points just a day before the exam. Now in mains examination, one more thing, it is very, very important. In case of West Bengal Judicial Services, I am not aware about the other judicial services whether you have to take any optional subject or not, but for West Bengal Judicial Services you have to take an optional subject. 3 optional subject you have to choose. So there is a long list given, you have to choose 3 from them. Now here is a very important thing. You see 2 things. First is your marks and second is your interest. Okay, so for example, in my case, I took Hindu law and Partnership Act and Constitution. So Constitution is being said that it's very wide. Of course, it's very wide. Most of the people take limitation, because of course it's very small and pretty good scoring, and that is the thing. For that, limitation attracts people. But I took Constitution. Why? Because I am in love with the subject. I love the subject, and that made me that helped me a lot to sit for to give a good paper, because I studied that particular subject with my own interest. So you have to be aware. Don't only go for marks. If you think that you are interested in that particular subject, study it, because that will be, because for compulsory subject you have no chances. You have to study, whether it is you like it or not. You have to study. For example, in my case, I am not so good in CRPC, but I had to study because it was compulsory. But when it came to the subjects which I can choose, so I chose that subject which I truly have interest in. So that is the thing I have done with Constitution. I know there are many people who told me that Constitution is not scoring, it is not going to be, you will be, it will be a huge mistake. But I thought I have interest in that subject, I love the subject, so the subject will also love me back, and that is the thing you should follow. Hear yourself out that yes, this is my interest, I am going to study, because that is the thing. If you don't like something and you are study that particular subject just for the marks, it is not going to give you interest for many more, longer period. That is the one tip I would give for optional subject. Otherwise, go for your optional subject which is you think is good for you, as and also much more scoring. For example, in case of partnership, I thought from the scoring point, because I understood that partnership is a very small act and you can score really good marks. So this is how you strategize your optional paper. Now coming to interview. Interview is another important part. Of course, it adds to the mains examination. Interview is all about how you represent yourself, starting from your dress code to the body language. Everything matters, because there are the people who are sitting in front of you, they are holding a very huge position, okay, and they are judging you to be into a very respectable position in the society. So that is very, very important, that your body language should be correct and your dressing should be perfect, and also the way you give the answer, it should not be very long and it should not be very short. Give a very generic answer. And if it's like if you think that and always make your answer special, because that is the thing will make them remember you, that yes, you have given a good interview. And trust me, after interview you might feel that oh my god, my interview was not good or not this great. If you have done really good in your mains examination, you can rely much more on it, because interview contributes in only 100 marks. So for example, in case of West Bengal Judicial Services, it was 1100 for mains examination and just 100 marks for interview. But then also interview is very, very important. Here your personality get checked, and don't think that you will be asking, you know, from the like books or anything, because this is the thing, they have already tasted your knowledge. They are just testing your personality, or like, you know, your presence, like how you can be for that particular position they are recruiting you for. So that is very much important for your interview. So keep that thing in mind, and otherwise represent yourself in a very good position. And because you will be holding, always think that the position you're going to hold once you get into the service. So get into that thing and then represent yourself in the interview. Trust me, you will be getting more and more confidence in yourself. So be confident in the interview. So now I wish you all the best for both mains and interview, and I hope you get a lots and lots of success in the field. Thank you so much for watching.